Happy Sunday, everyone. So, from our last episode, we had some misconceptions when I asked the ladies the biblical figure they would like to marry. So, today, let's watch the video first. Let's watch it. Go back in time. Which of the male biblical figure would you like to marry and why?
Daniel.
Why Daniel?
He was like a prime minister in a foreign land. He was wise.
Hmm.
He had money.
Okay. Daniel. Is that
Yes.
Daniel?
And he feared God.
Okay.
Imagine what happened with him. He was able to tell the dream of the
Okay.
king. So Daniel
That's
is Daniel.
Joseph.
Daniel.
That's Joseph, not Daniel. All right, welcome back. So to make some clarifications about the video, I have here with me Gideon.
Hi guys.
And I have here with me Pardon.
Hi guys.
And then Gift. So today we're making clarifications about Daniel and Joseph. So guys, what do you have to say about it?
Joseph was the prime minister, right? And Daniel was influential, but he was under the king, right? Now we can try to, from what the lady said, to try to put Daniel in the prime minister's shoes. But well, I don't think that it can clearly tally because the roles are quite different, We can want to bring it down to present day, we can even say Daniel is like maybe a special advisor to the president or maybe a certain matter, And meanwhile, Joseph is the prime minister because he had his own very specific roles. Also, about wealth, where she mentioned, I think that's pretty okay because after serving for king.
I want to believe that Daniel was in that spec because if you look at it in today's context, Daniel would be someone like a minister because in the Bible says that they had three satraps. The king had to raise up three satraps, like three people who oversee the affairs of the government. And Daniel was one of them. And he was overseeing some other people as well. So he would be in that spec. Financially, of course, he'll be in that standing because, having served four kings, he'll be very influential. You have a lot of wealth, you have a lot of influence, and he'll be affluent as well. Way even more than, in fact, I think I'll go on to say it, even because of Daniel, that the likes of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were elevated to the positions that they were because they were friends of Daniel.
All right, so we'd like to hear from Gift. Gift, you caused the whole chaos. All right, let's hear from Gift.
Okay, I would say if you listen to the video clearly, you understand what I was trying to say. I likened Daniel to a prime minister, not that I said he was the prime minister. We all know that it was Joseph who was the prime minister. I think the main confusion came from prime minister and dream. You know, when you hear prime minister and then you hear dream, your mind goes straight to Joseph.
Yeah.
But also, if you listen to the video, you discover that I said he was able to tell the dream. Daniel interpreted the dream and told the dream, but Joseph only interpreted the dream. So I think that was clear.
The part that Joseph actually dreamt the dream. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, exactly. He told, like he had it, and then he was able to. It's like he got a first-hand, information of the dream and came forth and then gave the meaning. While Daniel was able to like interpret others, So yeah, it depends. We're not here to say this one is better, but like it's your decision. It's your man. It's whoever you're trying to pick. So we can't say but yeah, maybe it would have just been nice to give Joseph his accolades, and be like, yeah, you're the guy, you understand?
Let's just be clear. They both had similar roles, but they were quite different. They both were able to dream dreams, they were able to see visions, they were able to tell what the king needed to hear as per God leading them to. So we should just basically put it clearer so that those who are listening outside to be sure that okay, this is what that we're speaking from a side of knowledge, from a side of like we have first-hand information on what the Bible actually has said about these people.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. There we have it. Okay, so from the Bible, we saw that Daniel was made a ruler and was made a governor over all the wise men. So he's not necessarily a prime minister, but he's like a governor over all the wise men.
I think there was another one about Sarah being
Yeah,
virgin, right?
yeah, exactly.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh my god. Yeah, let's talk about it. Sarah was not a virgin. She was actually referring to Joseph. I don't know how she got that mixed up. Yeah. So can you guys talk about it? Just
Well, basically, in clear terms, she was trying to point out at how um Abraham. She said Abraham
A
didn't
role model.
reject.
No,
Yeah,
Sarah was
yeah,
not.
I'm coming. Abraham did not reject Sarah, even after the pregnancy and all the
yeah,
virgin is to get right. But we all know that is Joseph, right? So just
yeah,
for clarity purposes, it was Mary, the virgin, and then we all know how she got her baby, and then
yeah.
Joseph because he had his own instruction. Gave her. Sarah is still a great role model.
I mean, Sarah is still a very great role model. In that, I mean, she, I would have said, okay, not that I would have said, but she actually at some point was about to give up
Mm,
because she had to give Hagar to Abraham, and then they had Ishmael, all right, which was not God's plan originally. But God, in His infinite mercy, actually still came through, and then
mm,
just as God promised Abraham, she actually had a son, through Abraham, and that goes to say that she didn't disbelieve God at the end of the day. She believed Him, and then she put to bed Isaac. So she's still a great role model for me as a person. Yeah.
mm. And I could actually relate to saying that Joseph is a role model because when I watched the movie Mary, I was like, so this is what Mary went through. You know, when you read the Bible, you're not seeing the underlying details. Like, so there we have it. So we know that from the Bible, we read that Daniel was made a ruler and was also made governor over all the wise men because he was able to defeat the wise men. He had the dream and he also interpreted the dream. So what do you think? What do you guys think? We want to know your thoughts on this video. So comment, like, share, and give us a follow. Bye. See you next week.